Doing the right thing can sometimes turn terribly wrong. John Dotson saved a life when he pulled a drowning Drew Morgan aboard his boat. Though this should have been a successful rescue mission, it became something else entirely when Morgan decided to go off the rails and attack his savior. As John's wife does all she can to get help, the following 911 call captures the horrifying and fatal escalation of an incident that nobody saw coming.
Oconee County 911, what's
Yes,
location
we
emergency?
need the police right now. We're at Fall Creek Landing with a drunk in our boat trying to hurt us. We've already...
Listen to me, which Fall Creek Landing are you at?
On the south side. On the south side.
Where the rock used to be or where the other one is?
No, on the other side, on the new side where you go over to the island on the site.
Okay, so Fall Creek 2.
Hurry. We can't take
So
much
what'd you
longer.
say about a gun?
Yes, my husband's already had to fire at him and hit him in the head. He's attacking us. He's already broke stuff in the boat. We dragged him in out of the water after he wrecked his jet ski. And now he's fighting my husband. Hurry!
Okay, I got them on the way. You said you're at Fall Creek number 1. They are on the way. I need you to answer some questions. What kind of gun does your husband have?
Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Stop!
You Listen, he's not gonna let you have your get going. No,
We would have put you over there, but you don't want to. No, you're not.
You know you have Tony. Who was you calling?
You called me right. I don't know you.
I'm breathing you out.
It's getting worse. Now stop.
Yeah, stop. Stop. Hey.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Oh my God.
Ma'am, I've got everybody on the way. Did your husband shoot the guy?
No, please.
Hurry, we need a minute too.
I've got him on the way. Did your husband shoot the male subject or just shot at him?
Give my nephew you. I'm not driving over right now.
Well, if you would
Hey, listen.
take you to
Hello?
30 seconds to give me. Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
I want them key right now. You'll get free. Give my key. Right there. You get my. You got 30 seconds.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Right there. Right there.
We're going to take you there.
Give my shit right there. Give me this. Right now.
He's trying to get the key fixed. You tore the thing up. He's trying to get it fixed.
I ain't
Ma'am, where are y'all at right now?
security. What's the deal with it, you know?
We're around to the dike area on the backside of Fall Creek.
Look here.
We can't get our boat to work. He broke the kill switch.
Okay, are you at the landing or are you out in the water?
No, we're out in the water next to the houses, just past. Their jet ski's going round and round. You can't miss it.
Okay, listen to me. I'm trying to get people out there. I don't have any boats on the water.
Well, we got to have somebody.
Okay, they're on the way. Can you go to the landing and I'll get everybody to meet y'all at the landing?
He broke the kill switch on the boat. He's broke our boat.
So the boat is broken?
Yes, he's yanked the kill switch.
Has he been shot?
No, but he's been hit in the head and he's bleeding.
I'm bleeding.
Okay, is that the guy? Is that your husband or is that the other guy?
That's the other guy. We got. Get away from me. And he's got a young girl with him that's scared to death.
So y'all are just free floating in the lake because your boat motor won't start?
Yes, we pulled them out of the lake. He broke the kill switch. Our boat won't start. His jet ski is going round and round in the lake. God bless. We don't want to push him back in. I don't want him to shoot. He needs an ambulance. His head's bleeding.
Yes, ma'am. I've got everybody on the way out there, okay?
Please hurry.
What color is your boat?
It's a hurricane.
What color is it?
Tan. Oh, shoot, John. He's starting to fight my husband again.
No, give my key. I can't. You broke the kill switch.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to get...
steering wheel. God bless him.
He said it was like you're a hurricane boat. What color is it?
Again.
I understand that, but what color is your boat?
It's tan colored, cream and tan.
My name is Hannah Ayers.
Hannah, what's the guy's name?
His name is Drew Moore. I hardly know.
Is he drunk?
I was with him, and he wrecked me twice. And these people.
Has he? Listen to me. Is he intoxicated?
What?
Is he intoxicated or been doing drugs or anything?
He's really drunk right now.
Lord, stop him. Stop him, Lord. We need you. Oh, God!
Ma'am, I got everybody coming to you, okay?
He just had to shoot him. Please hurry.
What's going on?
Oh, my God. He's shot now. Hurry.
You said he's shot now?
Yes. My husband had to shoot him. He's trying to choke him and knock him out of the boat.
Where'd they get shot at?
In the gut, in the stomach, and chest. And my husband's back hurt. Please hurry.
I got everybody coming, okay? They've been on the way. I know where you're at. I'm trying to get boats to you.
Honey, calm down. Calm down. Oh, shoot. God. Somebody! Help! Oh, my God, John. Let me lay him down.
No, don't do anything.
Ma'am, did y'all make it to the dock?
Yes, yes.
No, I have the gun.
Okay, listen. How many people have been shot? Just one person was shot. Nobody else has been shot.
No, just left up there.
Okay.
Hello?
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, is my deputy out with you?
yes, we're here.
Ask him, is it okay for medics? Ma'am, ask him, is it okay for medics?
Yes.
Yes, send them in.
Okay, we're good for medics. Go ahead and send them in.
March 2022, Lake Keowee, South Carolina. 74-year-old John Dotson and his wife, Deborah, are enjoying what they believe to be a peaceful day on the water. As Dotson sails his boat across the lake and enjoys the scenery, he has no idea that nearby a young man is playing a dangerous game with not just his own life, but that of a teenage girl too. 29-year-old Nathan Drew Morgan and his 19-year-old friend Hannah Ayers are making a splash riding a jet ski. Drew's erratic driving of the vessel soon causes him to lose control, and a result, both he and Hannah are flung off into the water. Neither of them are injured in this incident. They are fine to tread water for now, but they aren't wearing life jackets. In fact, they aren't even wearing clothes suitable for swimming. Hannah immediately feels the weight of her baggy sweatpants and hoodie pulling her under the cold water. She's irritated and annoyed by Drew's irresponsible handing of the jet ski. But luckily, Drew soon regains control of the watercraft and lifts Hannah back aboard. By this point, 19-year-old Hannah has had enough. She wants to go home. But when she shares this feeling, Drew threatens her, warning her that if she doesn't comply with what he says, he will leave her on the island in the middle of the lake. As Hannah sits up front on the jet ski, Drew tugs at her hair, increasing the tension between the two friends. The well-built man then continues his crazy handling of the jet ski until another accident throws Drew and Hannah back into the water. This time, Hannah is hurt. She's had the breath knocked out of her, and the jet ski is completely out of control. The high-powered Aquamobile spins in a vicious circle in the water. Drew and Hannah scream for help. They are drowning and in desperate need of a good Samaritan to come to their aid. John Dotson, a Vietnam veteran, quickly springs into action, rescuing Hannah and then Drew Morgan. As Hannah steps foot on the Dotsons' boat, she immediately thanks the elderly couple. She's grateful, aware that her life has just been saved. When Drew Morgan steps onto the boat, though, he has a different reaction, one that can only be described as extreme. As Drew boards, it's as though a switch flips inside his mind. He instantly becomes hostile, hurling threats and demands toward both John and his wife, Deborah. This bizarre behavior prompts John to grab his pistol and place it in the waistband of his trousers, just in case he might need it. 29-year-old Drew then lashes out at John Dotson. He demands to be taken to his whirling jet ski and begins to attack and choke the very man who had just saved his life. It's a terrifying and unexpected moment that Hannah will never forget. He was aggressive from the moment he set foot on that boat. They were physically fighting. Drew wouldn't stop. He wouldn't calm down. Hannah Ayers. As the scuffle gets out of hand, Morgan grabs a hold of Deborah and tries to choke her. John fights with everything he has to protect his wife, and while defending her, the boat's ignition is destroyed. This leaves all 4 people stranded in the middle of the lake. Deborah calls 911 and pleads desperately for help. Neither she nor her husband wishes to hurt Drew Morgan. As the clock ticks, though, the situation becomes increasingly volatile. 74-year-old John Dotson is fatigued. He can barely keep his enraged boat guest at bay. Deborah repeatedly asks emergency services for assistance, and even Hannah takes to hitting Drew in an attempt to calm him down. Fearing for his own life and the safety of the 2 women in his boat, John Dotson soon has no choice but to use his gun. At first, Dotson pistol whips Morgan, causing the 29-year-old to pour blood from his head. This fight back does almost nothing to subdue the man, however, and so Dotson fires 2 warning shots into the sky above. Neither has any effect on Drew Morgan. John Dotson is now out of options. There was 2 warning shots in the air. He was begging him, "Please stop, I don't want to hurt you." I could see in the old man's eyes he was tired. He could not fight anymore. Hannah Ayers. With seemingly no other choice, the Vietnam veteran turns his gun on Drew Morgan and shoots him in the chest. Deborah rushes over to the man who had been choking her moments prior and performs CPR. The Dotsons do all they can to save Morgan's life for a second time, but it is too late. Morgan dies before emergency services manage to reach the boat. John Dotson's boat had been turned into a macabre crime scene, but what could have possibly caused Morgan to fly off the rails and attack 2 innocent, elderly people? In the aftermath of the shooting, Hannah shared that Drew had been slurring his words earlier that day. She even became concerned enough that she took over the driving of the car on their way to the lake. Sadly, she failed to take over the driving of the jet ski soon after. When police searched Drew Morgan's car, they found empty beer cans and drug paraphernalia. According to Drew's ex-wife, Drew had been a frequent marijuana user, though he was well accustomed to any side effects. It would never have made him belligerent. It had nothing to do with what happened on the lake. None of this makes any sense to me. Joy Morgan. During the incident on the boat, John Dotson received only a minor back injury, while Deborah and Hannah did not suffer any significant injuries. After an investigation, charges were not filed against John Dotson. His actions were deemed to be self-defense. When Hannah Ayers was interviewed, she made it clear that she felt John Dotson had no choice that day but to use lethal force against Morgan. In my eyes, there was no question that John had to shoot to protect himself and his wife. He will be my hero for life because if it wasn't for him, I would have drowned in the water that day. Hannah Ayers. What should have been a dreamy day on the water for John and Deborah turned into a nightmare thanks to the actions of Nathan Drew Morgan. While Morgan has no criminal history and was described by loved ones as not having a mean bone in his body, the 29-year-old had been involved in a shooting incident in October of 2020. As Morgan helped a female friend retrieve belongings from an ex-boyfriend's residence, Morgan was shot at by the disgruntled former partner, 25-year-old Justin Duncan. Both Morgan and the female friend were unharmed, though Duncan has since been charged with attempted murder. While this case is reportedly unconnected to the shooting at Lake Keowee, Justin Duncan is actually the cousin of John Dotson's daughter-in-law. Whether or not this fact played any part in the incident leading to Drew's death remains unknown. An autopsy eventually found Nathan Drew Morgan's blood alcohol content to be over 3 times the legal limit for operating a jet ski. This goes a long way toward explaining Morgan's erratic behavior when driving the motorized water vehicle, and it may well explain why Morgan became so aggressive when boarding the Dotson's boat. Many hold John Dotson as a hero for his actions that day on Lake Keowee, but the other side of the argument is that Drew Morgan's behavior did not leave him deserving of death. Was John Dotson fighting for his life in a horrifying him or me situation? Or was he too quick to pull the trigger? Whatever the truth may be, And whoever may be to blame, the lives of those affected have been forever changed by this truly regrettable incident.